Yo, greetings and salutations. It's Chief Security Officer Don Cornelio of American Muscle Security LLC, in conjunction with Stackbooks Foundation LLC, in conjunction with Parent Group Confidential LLC. Salute to everybody. It's with Assuring Operation with Forge. This Operation Get Well US. Well, no, that was also with Assuring Operation Get Well USA. This is Operation Meshach, and Abednego, and I am your host. It's Donnie the Guard. Badge number 11516464772. Bodyguard, whistleblower, watchdog, search party coordinator, me special police. I just say police. It's July 2nd, 5 o'clock p.m. Thursday. I'm on Carson Street, Carson, and on 19th. And I just got down here. Spent really most of last night. I'm not even gonna front. Yesterday morning until last night, just trying to call, to activate my credit card because I totally forgot to do that until yesterday. And from yesterday morning until last night, I call, and nobody picks up. So just in case anybody out there, you know which credit card I'm talking about, pick up your phone. And then I woke up this morning and I tried to call for a little bit and I said, you know what, I got schoolwork, I got regular work to do. I'm just gonna call after work and after school and just keep on trying to, reach out to my credit card, because without that, I won't be able to pay my rent. Fortunately though, my rent is not due until the 11th, so I'm good on that note. But if anybody was trying to reach out to me at a 412-587-9549 number, you're just gonna have to email me. So if you have my email, you can email me. If not, you know what my email is. It doesn't change. Other than that, I was in school a little bit, did a little bit of studying and training. So that's all. You know what I'm saying? No foosball shit. No drinking. No smoking. No smoking the lungs. No weed. No cigarettes. No alcohol. No potato chips. Just working out for my my amateur boxing match. I always schedule for them. If one passes by, I'll just schedule for another one, and they're really just sparring events. Nothing serious, not anything all crazy, but just to stay in shape, stay positive, stay away from gangs, stay away from drugs, so that I don't spend my money on tricking, just stupid stuff that guys do, jewelry, things that we don't need. All my money for the past 4 or 5 years been going to power tools, drills, paint brushes, weed whackers, lawnmowers. That's why I got nothing but tools at my crib, nothing but tools. So when I'm not training to be a forensics officer that actually lands a job with a department or whatever other list of jobs I have listed, which is maybe one day I want to get my CDL or be a volunteer firefighter, work for a jail, who knows? You know what I mean? When I'm not doing that, you can catch me landscaping. I cut grass for churches. I cut grass for your neighborhood mom and pops, etc. But so when I was walking down the street, I saw some guy. He's across the street. He's sleeping in one of those little cubby holes. Now, I say this to say this. Homeless people, and I don't know if he's homeless or not. I don't want to judge him. He may just be, down and out. Maybe he broke up with his girlfriend. Maybe he got evicted. Maybe he lost his job. Maybe somebody in his family died. But there's no way to know unless you find out. Now, when you're going to school like me to be either an EMT or some form of civil service worker or a government worker, you get as much practice as you can. So the same shit that I learned, in class is the same shit that I apply. For a long time, I've been engaging with people that are homeless, because I actually want to start a program. I want to actually build a shelter for injured officers and wounded warriors first and foremost, and then after I do that, I want to build a shelter for people that have been through domestic situations, sexually abused, etc. I want to build shelters for guys that have been in jail, females that have been in jail, free more female inmates as an initiative. So lots of shit, but that takes government funding. This is the reason why I do all these calls to action to get people involved. But it's good to initiate with people on the street because if you watch my timeline on Instagram or Facebook or whatever, you see that I do a lot of posts for missing kids. When somebody gets shot, I post that. When somebody gets injured, anytime there's discrimination, et cetera, so it's good to initiate what's going on with the homeless people, because they know first and foremost what happens in the city of Pittsburgh before you know what I'm saying? Like, of course, I get a lot of my news from, local news stations. When I see their feed on my, on my timeline, because I do subscribe to a lot of them. But it's also good to talk to your neighborhood locals and yokels. And what most people consider a local is somebody who's local, who's a mom and pop. You have a job, you have a place to stay, right? A yokel is somebody who lives in the city, but they're not really, solid. They're still trying to get their foot in the door. So, but it's good to know, because you never know. You might meet a yokel, somebody who's down and out, but they're actually a good-hearted person. They don't break the law. They don't beat women. They don't abuse people, children or adults. They don't sell drugs. They don't jack people. They don't look to like stalk people. They're just down and out, and they're only down for a minute, and they get right back up, and they have a job like everybody else. So it's good to distinguish who's who. You know what I mean? Especially when you're new in the city. So I'm gonna go try and make contact with this person, see if they need, me to call 911 for them if they're dehydrated. Maybe sometimes another good thing, right? If you're going to school to be a law enforcement officer or EMT, like me, if law enforcement doesn't work, I'll settle for EMT. You know what I'm saying? If that doesn't work, I'm probably going to start a nonprofit organization and just be like some outreach worker. You know what I mean? My heart is for the people. So sometimes you see people like that guy across the street. He might have smoked a blunt, right? And there's so much fentanyl, there's so much crack, there's so much... People put shit in the weed to make it more potent, to make you want to buy it. But also they do that so whenever you're down and out like that, you're laying on the ground, somebody can come by and steal your wallet. So I'm going to go make contact with the person, maybe make sure they're not, they didn't overdose, from alcohol or some drug, they're not inebriated or whatever. And if they're fine, I'll leave them alone. I have nothing against weed smokers. It's just I just want to know, are you in a situation, are you aware that your wallet is on you, or do you have your phone, or did somebody take it and you're not aware? So when you've seen me, hey, how you doing? Hey, I'm nobody special, I'm just coming by to check if you need Christ. If you've seen me do tons of videos like this before. So some people think I'm just doing this to make fun of people, or to make them look homeless and make me look like the perfect little angel. That's not really what it is. You know what I'm saying? I've passed out myself after I've hit a blunt before and somebody's came by and stole my wallet or stole my phone. So I want to make sure that this person is all right, because that's how you build friends. You know what I'm saying? Whenever you do something like that, a person remembers you for looking out for them. You know what I mean? I've given people like that money, food. I've been in those situations, and now that I'm not in that situation, I want to look back, because you never know. A person like that, it's good to make allies, and I don't always make allies with people that are, have great jobs. Sometimes I make allies with people who don't have jobs, because you know what? You never know what tomorrow may bring. A person could get their shit together. They could turn around and help me out. So let's go make contact with this person, see if they're all right, or maybe they just want to be left alone. All right.